matter who's guarding him. That's the difference.
Let's move on to the big man. Who's a better big man right now? Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic?
Ooh. I wouldn't have said this 6 months ago, but I will say it now.
You're going to say Joel Embiid?
I will say Joel Embiid.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Joining Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the always insightful Kenny the Jet Smith. Kenny, it is so great seeing you.
Hey, Gregory Anthony. How are you today?
We're doing well, Kenneth.
We are. But it's good to have another guard on our row here, isn't it?
You know what? It just brings a whole new level of intellect to the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Well, guards are the quarterbacks of basketball.
Well, if you wanted intellect, I'm the guy to bring down from up there.
Yes.
Spell intellect for us real quick, just so we get a taste of your...
And now we're back off to LA. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're off. Let's go to the game.
DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin, Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours, but it's...
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Kenny, you played for a number of coaches in your career. Which players right now do you think, as you take a look at all the players in the league, would maybe make a good head coach in the future?
Well, LeBron would be a great coach. CP3 would be a heck of a coach, probably. C.J. McCollum plays a game because there's a guy. I like guys who weren't like the star and then became it, because they understand the guys on the bench, how they feel, as well as the stars. So C.J. McCollum has kind of come up into that.
Well, that's why a lot of the great coaches, it's not that they were the best player, but they played on great teams. So they get to see it. I'd throw another name out there, Rajon Rondo.
Rajon Rondo. Okay.
What about Greg Anthony?
You know,
No,
he
that's
was
the broadcast booth. No, Greg would be great.
He'd be great.
Nah,
I think either of you would be great.
you know, it would be fun.
I'm trying to own the team next.
That's what you want to do. You want to own. Oh, look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Wiseman's out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Jeremy Grant. And it's Young in at the guard position. And for Brooklyn, Harris is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's KD in at the 3. 6 on the shot clock. With the shot. No good from Grant. And here's Brooklyn. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Powered by his underrated strength, Durant is able to make some signature contact finishes.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 28-point game against Washington. Here's Davis. That one doesn't go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they looked like the better team.
Now here's Durant, following the miss by Anthony Davis. And finished off by KD.
Explosive power move. Do not call Durant a finesse play.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
LeBron against Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Kenny, your shot mechanics look polished, even back in college. Some guys take longer to have that thing look smooth and make some sense optically.
Well, it's repetition more than the visuals. So the more you, like I actually shot the ball and my left hand stays on too long, so I had a side spin. It didn't go, it didn't have a natural revolution. So Marcus Smart comes to mind, Lonzo Ball, you know, but the repetition will help.
And, you know, there are some guys that, you know, some of the great shooters don't have great, I mean, Ray Allen, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe shot it with
Larry
a little softness.
Bird's form was different.
But, you know, they perfected it.
A great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
Young against Covington. Again, Young missing.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
James, the bounce pass. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. KD's got his third bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Grant kicks to Young. Harris against Hardaway. Young with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 5 now.
And Trae Young will bury threes in bunches. So effortless.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now, here is Young. 5 points in the game. Outside, Davis. Hardaway passes to Young. And the rejection by James.
LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
Lets it go from deep. Anthony Davis with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 3. To the middle. Here's Wiseman. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Last season, the G League testing a single shot free throw rule to speed things up. One shot that can be worth more than 1 point. Kenny, any thoughts?
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
Because I'm fouling you because you can't shoot. It's a lot of times. So I'm going to put you on the line and you got to get 2 for 2. And I disagree. Because the game is stopped. There's no defense in front of you. You're at the free throw line. It's only 15 feet away. Come on, Shaq. I mean, come on, guys. Like, you can make a free throw.
No, but I think the other thing, for philosophically, you really change the game, right? Because what if you make one and miss one?
Yeah.
And you're up 2. Now it's 3. So now if you say I only got to make 1 to get 2, you completely change the game.
Oh, but think about this even, Greg. End of the game. And you need to miss 1 and make 1. So instead of getting the 2 points, you actually want to only make 1 because you're down 3. And you want to miss the second on purpose to try to, man.
And I'm a progressive guy. Like, I do like to see how we can have the game evolve, but I do also want to make sure we keep the strategy in the game.
And take a look at this. Every team loves to have guys like these. Big men who can pass like guards. These are their assist totals on the season. 5th, Kevin Durant.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Well, an offense that's unpredictable can be tough to guard. The ball doesn't go into the low post and never come out. It keeps moving thanks to their passing ability and playing unselfish basketball.
The score now all even.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Harris passes to Cauley Stein. Wiseman with the rebound.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's LeBron following the bucket by the Hawks. Pass to Durant. From outside the arc. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Durant's got 11 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Back to Young. The tray. And no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
On a piece of it. Back to Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
When you look around the league, a lot of great defenders. Kenny, in your view, what makes a great perimeter defender when you think about those names?
Wow, long arms, the ability to slide your feet and play multiple positions.
So, PG, Kawhi, those are a couple guys, right?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, guys who are really going to be able to move around and feel comfortable being uncomfortable.
And I would say that I think MPG is a terrific defender. He's an elite level defender, but the two best are Kawhi and AD because those are the guys that can comfortably guard 1 through 5. They can guard perimeter and paint. Consistent.
Great footwork for both.
Yes.
Another three for Atlanta.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. Four of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Sean Holmes, he's checked in for Wiseman. Rando comes in for Davis. Reddish, he's checked in for Hardaway. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Trae Young. Now, here's Aldridge. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor. How much fun is it to watch this guy when he's on one like this? Loves to attack the rim.
Here's Reddish. This game he had 10 points. Randle down low. Dinwiddie covering. Now Durant. 26 points for him last game against Miami.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throw.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Kenny, you played alongside some incredible clutch performers. Who would you give the ball to now for a game-deciding 3?
Game-deciding 3. Steph Curry's number 1. Klay Thompson's number 2. Ray Allen's retired, so I'll go with Trae Young.
Ooh, what about Dame Lillard? Dame
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Dame Lillard, number 3.
Mind the lanes.
And
mind
then,
the lanes.
Then
What's
Trae.
Wait, so Steph,
Klay,
Lillard. Okay.
Game-winning 3, not off the dribble.
I'm going to throw a wild card out there.
Who's that?
Kawhi.
No.
Kawhi's hit.
Yeah,
Hey. Kevin and I saw him hit one of the biggest threes.
Yeah, that's a wild card.
That's a wild card. I mean, hey, he hit a 3 to get to the front.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
He was injured in that game.
Yeah.
Those series. Rondo can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pulls it up. And the Nets miss again. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Hawks. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
That was a different team in the 4th quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
And here is Aldridge following the 3-pointer from Cam Reddish. Here's Caruso. Fouled in the act shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. 3-1.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The Nets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for James.
One shot.
And here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Oh, Holmes in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Passes to House. Lets it fly. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Nets lead by 2. And for the Hawks, they're shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Kenny, you've played under a number of legendary coaches. What traits do they share? And how are they different?
Well, the great thing about all of them, they had me. So that makes them
check that box, right?
It's something that they all had in common. I'm not saying that it's me, but it is happening. I think what makes them great, what makes them great is the ability to relate and also the ability to change direction. Like, you can have a game plan and then all of a sudden change the game plan in the middle of the game and come up with a new one if it's not.
Well, I even go a step further. You're also, the great coaches adapt to their personnel as opposed to trying to make the personnel adapt to them. That's why Greg Popovich would stand out for me. Because I remember when the Spurs used to be beating you in the 80s.
Yeah. And now
then he's a guy that started
the
this
running.
whole offense.
Yep, just running thing.
Now, here's Holmes. Good.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Fires from deep. Randall grabs the board.
A bit shocking that he has not registered one made field goal in the quarter, guys.
Reddish kicks to Randall. And there's the pass to Holmes. Here's Reddish. That's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight.
Now, you can't leave someone open around Rondo. He'll find him.
Here is House. Mr. Dinwiddie. Shot to stop the run, and the layup is up and in.
That play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Rondo with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Grant. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Nets trail by 3. Here's Caruso, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's stolen by Randall. 32 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Randall with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting pretty efficiently out there. It isn't 48% in the first quarter. Claxton the pass to Aldridge. Down low, Dinwiddie, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And here's Randall. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Washington.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Hawks ahead. They're up by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York. You're watching 2K Sports. Recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face night in and night out.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first half, where they, hitting on all cylinders, playing good brand of ball, moving fast, playing great defense. And I feel like we're at that level to start the game, and then, it's about who can last at that level the longest.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Now, what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Jeremy Grant is out there with Randall. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Reddish. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. Now here's Dinwiddie. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Miami. Shoots. No good that time. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Here's Randall. Rebound, Brooklyn. You look at when you guys played, Kenny, a ton of incredible guards, certainly during your time. Which players gave you the biggest fits when you tried to guard? Who were the most difficult guys?
Well, I didn't have to guard Jordan, but I know that a lot of people had Mike Mayers before they played him.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
but what's funny? Like guys like Dana Barris and Mahmoud, they were tough to guard, because they were so small. They could get up under you. You couldn't really pressure them at times.
It was always the guys that most people wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
Michael Adams.
Yep.
Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy.
I hated to be guarded by him, too. And then, there were some guys that just had quirky games. Remember, was it Kevin Porter?
Oh, did you play against John Bagley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Herky-jerky guy.
Count the basket.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Timeout called the Nets.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Changes for Brooklyn. Billy Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Robert Covington comes in for Daniel House. And Harris subbed in for Alex Caruso. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Heisman's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Davis comes in for Randall. Hardaway's checked in for Grant. And Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo. For 3, Harris. It's hauled in by Trae Young.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Someone's open. Trae Young scanning, finds him.
Dinwiddie against Young. Shot from the top of the key. Here's Cauley-Stein. Goes to the reverse layup and pats it in.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Young against Dinwiddie. The 3 from Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
And this summer, Vince Carter retiring after his 22nd NBA season. That's a record for longevity in the game. Kenny, he's closer to our age than he is to some of his teammates.
Yeah, that's amazing. A guy could do it at this level so long and really help the team instead of just be on the team. He's an incredible athlete. That dedication and willingness is just rolled over into time.
Never had to be the main guy at this stage of his career, always wanting to supplement, help, tutor, mentor, and he stayed healthy.
Stayed healthy, that's the key.
Here's Young. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Young working hard on the defensive end that time.
Hardaway against Harris. Pass to Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dinwiddie's got 9 points. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Here's Young. Banked in off the glass. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Young against Dinwiddie. And that one is stuffed right through.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Now Davis. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Just 3 to shoot. Moves back up. Here's Wiseman. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and it's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
Well, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Now the pass to Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be eating at him just a bit.
Ollie Stein finds Covington. Aldridge taking his time here. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good. And Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got 3 assists in the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Young, and he gets it to go. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Some changes. Durant's checked in for Aldridge. And James subbed in for Dinwiddie. And a change for the Hawks. Grant, he's checked in for Reddish. There's Cauley Stein. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And the shot goes in. KD's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
Oh,
Great ball movement there.
Young dishes to Hardaway. Pass to Davis. The Hawks working the ball around. Wiseman with the ball. Working on Cauley Stein. Offensive rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Young against James. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The mentality of Trae Young: shoot first, shoot often, keeps defenders very active. In this case, too active.
For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the first one drops.
As much as we talk about Trae Young and then mention Steph Curry in the same breath, I think Trae wants to carve out his own path. We know he's a dynamic shooter, can set the table offensively. Now it's about learning the nuances of being a leader of a franchise.
And so Young nails them both.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Rebound Atlanta. Wiseman's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Davis, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Davis has got 4 this quarter.
Scouting report says you got to get physical with Anthony Davis, but on that drive, nobody's stopping him.
Pass to KD. 3-pointer. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. The feed to Young. Great D that time from James.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And just tax a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Davis up top. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track. They're going to find a way to win.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. James the best to Cauley Stein. Oh, that's blocked. Grant picks to Young. He dishes it to Davis. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Young.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Harris, bounce pass. And James with the basket on the assist from Harris. James has got 11 points.
Yeah, not many are finishing better than LeBron James around the rim. Too strong and too good.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
In for the Nets. Alex Caruso comes in for Harris. And then for Atlanta, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Wiseman. Julius Randle comes in for Davis. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Well, that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Randall passes to Rondo. Back to Randall. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Oh, that's nuts. Randall getting up there, turning a little bit, and putting on a bit of a show here.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
And you look at Young, he's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score. And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Always Stein in the post. Holmes on him. No good from Durant. The Hawks trail by 7. And Kenny, great to have you on the show as always. You got to come back soon. Promise us you'll come back soon.
I'm coming back next week.
Good.
There's more food down here. It's friendlier down here. It's more room, man.
More
I
air.
can't wait to be here. More air, everything, man. Everything's more down here.
And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet High. As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off.
And, you know, Kenny has this amazing knack for describing what he sees with such clarity. Rare gift, and I'm glad he can share it with us.
No doubt that Jeremy Grant wants to become a better shooter, showing signs of progress in his catch-and-shoot game.
Rondo against James. Outside, KD. Durant drawing the double team. 5 to shoot. Wide open look here for Cauley Stein. Can't nail the jumper. And so Grant will bring it up for the Hawks. Rondo wide open. Off target with his 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And the Nets another 3.
This is one of Kevin Durant's favorite moves, getting the defense back on its heels, then stop and pop.
James against Young. Lays it up off the glass. Young's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And now the defense, full attention and antennas up. Trae Young getting warm.
And we finished one half of basketball. Nets lead by 9. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. KD, some great work for you defensively. How have you been able to contain them?
They're so tough, but we're playing hard. You know, guys are getting beat, but we're helping each other out, and that's what we have to do if we want to win this game.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And gracing us with his presence once again after his stirring performance with the live crew. At least that's what the card I'm reading says, and it was written by the always terrific Kenny Smith.
Well, you know what it was. You called it the live stream, so you know what it was when I was down there.
It was the, no.
You know it's always fun.
You know what, Kenny? Yes, I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator.
Thank you.
And I must say, you did a great job. I liked it almost as much as the regular broadcast. I was impressed.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. They've got LeBron James. Robert Covington out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Grant with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hard to guard when he's that close. Grant really good at drawing the defense in to foul him.
Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember Domantas as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
Durant with it, and Young picks him up defensively. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. He kicks it to Young. On the wing, Hardaway. Guarded by Harris, and Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Nets leading by 5. James looking it over. Over Young. Kept alive. It's stolen by Davis. Now the dish to Young. Beyond the arc. No good on the shot. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Davis drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
Great understanding by Davis to sense the foul coming, but also get the shot off as well.
The Hawks have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
The impressive thing about Anthony Davis is just how much ground he can cover during the game. Has come into this league as one of the best running big men in transition. Still a huge weapon for him.
The Nets making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. I mean, he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Outside Covington. They get a hand on it. Hardaway against Harris. From downtown. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Covington dishes to James. Durant against Grant. KD passes to Covington. 6 to shoot. Here's James. it's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Young with the ball. Picked up by Aldridge, and it goes down 2 points. Young's got 19 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And I think for years to come, you're going to be talking about the draft that Trae Young was involved in as the picks got swapped. One franchise getting their guy, and this team finding Trae Young. And he's been a blessing for where they need to go.
LeBron against Young. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Robert Covington picks one up.
Shooting one.
That's a great move by Trae Young, and a brave one at that, playing right into the defender.
Right, you know the Hawks believed in Trae Young on draft day. They made the trade for him and gave up a chance at Doncic.
Well, I don't look at it like that, Kevin. I look at it like Atlanta got their guy. It's not about who else was on the board. It's the fact that they could get their #1 choice, and that was Trae Young.
One shot.
Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. That free throw good from Young. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Grant with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. The shot misses. Good D by Covington.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
It's such a great, aggressive, and confident scoring option right there in the interior.
And Young kicks to Wiseman. Passes it to Grant. Hawks passing it around. Here's Hardaway, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
It feels like he can take on anyone on the inside. Hardaway Jr. loved the aggressive attitude there.
For Atlanta, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
A fearless shooter and a remarkable dunker. Tim Hardaway Jr. is such a valuable rotation guy that you just want to have consistent effort from. And I think he's reaching that level now.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Young against Dinwiddie. The pass to Durant. Harris looking it over. The kick out to Aldridge. Off target from 3-point range.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Back to Dinwiddie. Outside Aldridge. A three-pointer, no good. And so Grant will bring it up for Atlanta. Davis, the pass to Hardaway. Davis against Dinwiddie. For the lead. Here's Wiseman. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So for the Nets, Danuel House comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Alex Caruso in for Harris. And then for Atlanta, Julius Randle's checked in for Davis. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Feeds to Aldridge. It's stolen by Wiseman. And now here comes Young leading the break. Comes up empty down low. For Brooklyn, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. Here's Dinwiddie. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Inside, stolen by Durant. Pass to House. He feeds it to Aldridge. Outside Durant. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Grant.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Caruso, the pass to Durant. Here's Caruso. Bangs home the trifecta. Caruso's got 8 points.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
And James Wiseman picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
The Nets making a switch here. James is checked in. Then for the Hawks, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Wiseman. Hardaway is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Nets with the lead. Here's Caruso. 8 points for him. Young with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Young is doubled. Pass to Grant. Outside for Randle. Just 5 to shoot. The Hawks working the ball around. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Grant, that's good. 15 points in the game.
Not a lot of panic that time from Jeremy Grant, even when he was under a bit of duress. Bails him out on that possession.
Dinwiddie dishes to James. And James throws it down. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Here's Young. And he converts the layup. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
Man, he's having quite a quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Caruso. Dishes it to Durant. LeBron outside. And the 3 off target.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's the 3. That one, no good. The Hawks leading. Grant down low. James covered. Missed it. He's now made 6 of 10 from the field.
And sometimes as a point guard, You got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there.
Here's Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 12 now in this quarter.
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
There's the feed to Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Randle outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kevin Durant.
And Julius Randle dropping a few pounds since he came in the league. He still brings an old school physicality to the game.
He's a good rebounder and a good finisher in the paint. Still trying to develop GA using that offhand and trying to have some touch around there with the right. That'll be a critical skill moving forward, but he has other ways to get at you offensively.
Free throw good from Randle.
7th pick in the 2014 NBA draft. The interesting thing about Randle is he falls into that category as a tweener. Maybe not a 3-man or a 4-man, but over the course of his career, he's decided to improve his outside shooting, become a threat driving to the basket, and now finding a home offensively in the NBA. You wonder how much further he can go if he could expand to the three-point line. Julius Randle's going to be in this league for a long time.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. Young against James. LeBron is doubled. Dinwiddie wide open. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Dinwiddie's got 14 points.
They brought the double team to force the ball out of his hands, but failed to rotate off the pass.
Atlanta calls timeout. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to. Past few weeks, getting around 24 points per, 9 assists and 4 rebounds. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
It's Hardaway with the drive. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
And let's check out stats for James. The past month has been surreal. 6th in assists, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Here's Young, and the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Cauley-Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Grant outside. The Hawks again can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drive. Looked good from here.
The offensive rebound. Here's Caruso, defended by Young.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Little turnaround. A rebound by the Nets. 35 seconds left to play here in the third. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Hardaway passes to Young. Hardaway with it. 13 points in the game. And they get it. Brooklyn with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We've got more in store for you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Hardaway. Richaun Holmes out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Randall in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Davis missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Aldridge has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Nets. Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Davis. Over Harris. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Davis.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Here's James out to Harris from past the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
So they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Robert Covington's checked in for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie kicks to Harris. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Takes it off the glass. And it's a 12-point Nets lead.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Count it, good.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Dinwiddie outside. James dishes to Harris. It's Covington on the wing. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Sinks the triple. Young's got it back down to within single digits for the Hawks.
Well, this guy keeps learning from each and every coverage on the pick and roll. Trae Young getting some serious chops playing out of that set.
To the paint. And Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist from Covington. Cauley-Stein's got 4 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Holmes finds Hardaway. Davis with it. Now Covington defending. Got that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 9 points with the basket from Anthony Davis.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Timeout called the Nets.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Checked in for Dinwiddie. Wiseman's checked in for the Hawks. Jeremy Grant comes in for Julius Randle. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Thank you, David. To the inside. Outside for Davis. Hardaway for three. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
LeBron passes to KD. Shoots over Grant. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Hawks trail by 6. Young outside to the middle. And finished off by Wiseman.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ball game.
Here's James. And he can't jam it through.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
And this offensive explosion has narrowed the gap.
KD passes to James. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, with a body like that, LeBron James can be as physical as he wants to be and just dare you into making contact.
Shooting for Brooklyn, LeBron James. At the line for 2.
Free throw good, James.
We watch LeBron and we marvel at him, but how hard that LeBron James works at his craft and continues to push the bar for himself physically is one of the things that you have to appreciate the most.
And both free throws, good for James. And Atlanta has possession. Young taking his time here. The pass to Hardaway. It's Young on the wing, covered by LeBron. Pass to Hardaway. From deep. And it's KD with the rebound. Durant's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Durant gets double team. James kicks to Covington. Here's Cauley Stein, and it's blocked. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance, and the dunk by Grant.
That is a good option. You could throw that ball just about anywhere, even the top of the square. Jeremy Grant ripping one off.
James against Young. Outside Durant, a 3-ball. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. KD's got 9 points now in just the second half. The Hawks trail by 5. And here's Young. He gets it in there.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Back to Harris. Rebound by the Hawks.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
No good from Grant. Nets leading by 3. LeBron passes to Durant. Back to LeBron. Pass to KD. From deep three-point range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the batteries. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Back to Davis. Lots of room. Rebounded by Covington.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Grant outside. Wiseman with the ball. Working on Cauley Stein. Wiseman with the bucket.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
KD dishes to Cauley Stein. Here's LeBron. An easy 2 points on the layup. James has got 7 points for the quarter.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
Away against Harris. Young is double. Kicks it to Wiseman. James against Young. Here's Grant. No good off the back of the rim.
And they continue to control the glass.
And they double up James. Here's KD. He's off on that one, so Atlanta will take it the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Nets leading by 9. KD on the wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Bounce pass, Cauley Stein. James finds KD. And Durant gets double teamed. For 3, Harris.
He told me this was the kind of game he was going to have. I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And here's Young from the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Durant's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Passes it to Covington. Here's LeBron. Launches it. Here's Cauley Stein. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. It's him 5 for 12 so far.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Young against LeBron. Young. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. The shot's good. Durant's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Love to watch KD out in transition. Puts a little flair on the finish.
Young against LeBron. Davis, that's for two. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist in the game. And so James will bring it up for the Nets. Throws it up high. Got a piece of it. Hardaway with the steal. Wiseman the pass to Young. Lets it go with the three. Drills the three-pointer. Young's got 37.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
LeBron kicks to Harris. Over Hardaway. Harris, no good. The Hawks trail by 8. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Well, with the game's outcome hanging in the balance, Davis does exactly what he needs to do. A gigantic shot from their big man.
James, the pass to Covington.
Well, nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James against Young. He kicks to Wiseman. Misses the three. Brooklyn with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Kicks it out to Covington. Again, Covington missing.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming. And good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
The line for Nets, Joe Harris, taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. 20 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Here is Korver. It falls. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Gotta admire how much Korver clearly wants to be the guy to take the shot there. That's always high percentage stuff.
And that's an intentional foul.
At the line to score next, Alex Caruso. 2 shots.
2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
No good from Grant. Here's Caruso. So it's the Nets picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this...
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.